commander.
Left hand up. Who are we?
The Commander.
Shout out to the creators of said We Are the Commanders.
Oh, goody.
What's going on, Washington Commanders Nation? It's your boy Rio Robinson back with the latest and greatest on the Rambling with Rio YouTube channel, where we ramble about the Washington Commanders. Today is Friday, November 18th, and I got a special guest in the building today, and I believe he's celebrating a birthday as well. I got one of the creators and innovators of the popular and viral Commander song, Mr. DJ Woody Oh Goody. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's DJ Woody Oh Goody.
Hey, what's going on, man? Happy birthday, man.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate that.
How's life been since this song dropped? Because I know it's been a whirlwind of lately.
I've been saying the same thing over and over and over, and it's one word: amazing. Life has been amazing, absolutely amazing.
I hear that, man. Did you envision this when y'all made it, that it would pop and it would grab this much attention?
It was more like a hope that it gets some attention. Mm-hmm. And I think like this right here, interviews, that never crossed my mind that I'd be doing any interviews, anything, but the hope that it would be played on radio, perhaps in the stadium. It was just hopes like that, and that people would like it. But actually doing interviews and in newspapers and whatnot, that was very unexpected. That's
crazy. Yeah, I seen the Washington Post article this morning, man. I see the Washington Post article. I see you on with Darren Haynes and WUSA 9. I actually made a cameo in there.
Yes, you know? Yes, indeed.
Yes, sir. But before we get into more details about the song, like, I just want to know, what's your fan story? What's your fan story, and when did you get into DJ and everything? Give us some background on yourself.
Well, as a young fella, I like the Minnesota Vikings because I was more of being a follower with my best buddies. Mm-hmm. But I always found myself rooting for the home team. Like, no matter what, I always root for the home team. And we're talking like 9-10 years old. So we're talking about going to the late 70s. Okay. So I'm rooting for the home team. And by the time I joined the Army, I had to root for the home team because everybody was going for where they was from. Well, I'm from DC, so I'm definitely, and it just got more and more and more. Then I can remember when Riggins broke that touchdown. That's before your time, but
I know the history though, but I never seen it.
But I real time, I'm watching this happen and just felt so good. And I never looked back, man. I don't care, ups and downs, whatever. We could be 0-5, 0-10. That's still gonna be my team, no matter what. So I'm diehard from the fullest. Definitely diehard with the Commanders. It's always been that way. So that's basically the history of that. In regards to the DJ, and when I was in Germany, if you read the story already, you know part of this. But when I was in Germany, it was a fella from Baltimore called himself DJ Bebop. While I was 18 years old, so we just wanted to go swimming, bowling, skating, club. We were trying to live life when we wasn't doing military stuff. But this guy was in his room 24, I'm not gonna say 24 hours, but always banging that music. And we used to stop by to check him out, and I instantly fell in love with the art. Like 2 turntables before laptops, 2 turntables, watching him do his thing. I was like, wow. So I said, I'm gonna learn how to do that.
Okay.
End up going to Germany. It was another guy in his room doing that. Same reaction. So by the time I got out of the military, I went and got my stuff, and I just kept practicing. I fell in love with it when hip hop became popular, because hip hop wasn't always popular.
Oh, I know.
But when it was not, when it was like a fad, a phase, they thought, oh, this is just a fad. It'll be gone. At that time, I would watch the rappers and look past the rappers to the DJ. Whether it was Run DMC, I'm looking at Jam Master Jay. With Fresh Prince and Jazzy Jeff, I always focused on the DJ. I never focused on the rapper. I was literally in love with the art. So I made it a business, and now here I am.
Yeah, it sounds like that was your calling, man. Sometimes in life, there's something that calls you. Like, something told me a year and a half ago that I should be recording myself and what I have to say about this team and the passion that I have for things. And apparently the calling was right. Sometimes you got to pick up that phone when life comes calling. But as an OG, we went through a lot of changes over the last couple of years. Did the name change affect you? Did you take it hard, or were you just like, whatever they're called, it don't even matter. I'm gonna still be there. I'm gonna still show up. I'm gonna still root on my team on Sunday.
Well, I listen to sports radio a lot, and I was pulling for the Red Wolves, like pulling hard for the Red Wolves.
I wanted Wolves too. I wanted Wolves too.
But when they said Commanders, I was like, oh my goodness. I didn't like the name. Plain and simple, I didn't like the name. So by the time me and my nephew was doing the song, I said, well, I'm just going to try to make that name kind of fun, put a catchy hook, and maybe it will catch on. And it seems like when people say that part of the song, they're smiling. Like you and your main man in the car, y'all wasn't frowning up saying Commanders.
Yeah, shout out Cooley. Yeah, that we was bumping. We let it bump. We let it spin on repeat the whole way from Woodbridge to Landover, man.
That's what's up. That's what's up. That means you're helping me with my plays. I appreciate it.
Of course, man. I want to support, man. I see other people creating. I see a black man fan of the team, bro. I will do whatever it takes to support. And to be perfectly honest, I didn't like the song at first. I didn't like the first couple times I heard it. I was like, I don't know. It sounded a little too old school, but I liked your nephew's verse. And then it ran back a few times. And then after some wins and we let it rotate in the car, I heard it outside. I was like, nah, they got something with this. They got something with this. And really all you need is a catchy hook, but the song period is good. Like I wanted to ask, like, who made the beat and who produced everything for y'all?
Well, my nephew, he's a rapper. So I asked him about what do you want to do by getting the beat. So he had a app called beatstars.com. So I told him, I said, okay, you listen to some beats and I listen to some beats. You tell me what you like, I tell you what you like. But just like you said, you liked his line. Most of the young people heard the song. As soon as he come in, they light up. They listen to mine like, okay, that sounds pretty good. As soon as he come in, left hand up, right, they light up. So I said, this is a good thing because I can appeal to some of the older people, and he can appeal to the younger people, and we'll match up. But anyway, being from two different generations, we couldn't decide what beat. The beat I like, I practically started writing the song when they was called the Redskins. So I like to work. I'm always ahead of the game. So although we discussed it before the pandemic, I was already writing my verse. So the beat that I picked had to match my verses. So I couldn't find a faster beat and then try to make it fit. I wanted something that already fit. So he said my beat was too slow, which is the beat that we're using. So I didn't want to overvote him. I wanted to be 50-50 partnership. So the beats that he was sending me sound like hell to the Redskins. I was like, I don't want to do that. So anyway, I said, let's do this. You pick a beat, I pick a beat that you like, I pick the one I like. I do 2 verses on my beat, and you do the last verse. You do 2 verses on your beat, and I do the last verse, and we just have 2 Commander songs. And he said, okay. So meanwhile, we had a deadline because I wanted it to come out before preseason. He was doing some of his music stuff going to California. But I'm like, the clock is ticking, man. So I'm going to go ahead and record my 2 verses on my song. And then when you get back in town, I'm going to send it to you. And then you do your verse, and then we'll get back together on your song. But what happened, I think the instrumental we used kind of grew on him. And we never even revisited doing the other songs again. So that's the way it went down.
Wow, that's crazy. So y'all got a whole unreleased version of this joint out here.
Well, we never wrote to the second version.
Oh, y'all never wrote to the second one.
We never wrote to the second version because, like I said, I think when he heard my verses, see, he wanted to bounce off of what I was saying. That's why he threw some old school players in there too, because he didn't write his in that verse. I wrote mine, like I said, before the pandemic.
Yeah.
So
I got one qualm with his verse. He said the name Albert Hainsworth. That's a name we don't speak on. That's a name we don't want to tie to the future of this franchise.
The thing is, maybe if when he came back in town, I said, let me hear what you got. I would say, can you change the name? I would have asked him to. I wouldn't have told him to. I would have asked him. But what happened was, I wanted to wait till we got him in the studio and just let him flow to see what he got. Right. So when he got in there and he started his verse, me and the engineer looked at each other and said, oh, okay, he's killing it. I thought he was killing it. And then I heard that. I was like, Albert. But, I said, he wrote what he wrote. I'm not gonna override him.
Hey, the verse smacks though. The verse goes hard. So he was able to slip that. Like I didn't catch the Albert Hainsworth part till I was like 10 listens in. And I was like, hold on, did he say Albert Hainsworth? I was like, we don't want to bring him into the future.
Well, I was thinking he might not know the whole story about him laying on the ground and the whole story. I said maybe he didn't, but you know what? Like I said, I didn't want to override him. I wanted to. He wrote his verse and I wrote my 2 verses. I wouldn't want him to say, Uncle Woody, change that. You know what I mean? So that's the way that went down.
Oh, that's awesome. No, I'm glad to hear that y'all wrote your own verses too. No ghostwriter action, because you know how music is nowadays. You know, they got somebody in the cut, someone being paid off for anonymity to write the verse for you. I like to hear that y'all wrote it yourself.
But in regards to me even rapping, I was inspired rapping when I was his age. I was 24 and I was trying to push my stuff. I was in a rap group, and it's just so funny. He's 20 at the same age. He's doing the same thing. So I've been doing it for a long time, but mostly as a hobby. Okay. You know, once I realized that dream was dead, which apparently is not.
No, apparently it's not.
Once I closed the door, I still kept writing and for fun, going into the studio doing. I did a neighborhood song in 2019 that within the neighborhood they love it, and I play it when I DJ because most of when I throw my parties, most of the people there be from Capitol Heights, and they love the song. So, but it was just for the neighborhood.
Yep. But where'd y'all shoot the video at?
We shot it. I keep saying Akaki, but I think it's Clinton. Yeah, in Clinton we shot the video. It was at a little small hall. We only wanted a small crowd, like 50 people. We didn't want to do it like big, like 100 or 200 people. We want to do something small, and we hired my man Reggie to do the video. And basically, we just went in there, and I gave the people 2 instructions. I said, when on the word up, put your left hand up, and I said, we want $1. They said we want $, but we didn't even tell them to yell commanders. They just fell right in line, and we actually love that they did that.
And the left hand up part, man, like when I heard that you like accidentally stumbled upon it, like you stumbled upon a pot of gold, because that's what's making this thing stand out. The left hand up, and so many people like it's random, but that's what makes it so catchy. As a person who writes with their left hand, it resonates with me. Are you left-handed?
I'm right-handed, and my wife said the same thing. She was like, "Why you say left hand?" But I did it, and I don't even know why. I've been saying lately that God threw me a jewel. Right when I got stuck, God said, "Here you go, son. Left hand up."
Did you knew like as soon as you said it, like, "Oh, we got to keep that," or was there discussion about it between y'all two?
No, because I don't write with nobody or in the studio. I write like while I'm at work. Stuff come into my mind, and I might just do a line at a time. I don't just sit and write a song. I do one line and then do the next line to rhyme with that, and that's part of the song. And then I think of something else. Say, oh yeah, I can say this, and then add it. And then when I got to that part, that was I can say this. I can say left hand up. Who are we? The commander. And that's the way that went down.
Hey man, that's cool, man. I love how y'all blend the fusion of old school and the new school modern sound, you know, clashing and bridging together 2 generations and trying to bridge together a fan base that has gone through 3 name changes in the last 3 years. We're trying to cement new legacy and build new traditions. We need an anthem, man. So many people are split over changing the words to the fight song. Why can't we all just own this left hand up, John? Why can't we all celebrate?
I don't know why not. I think it's a beautiful thing, man. They even have this discussion about owning something that I'm a part of with the team that I love. Is crazy to me, but I love the idea.
I love to hear that for y'all, man. But like, have you seen a significant rise in the plays after a win compared to the beginning of the season when we were struggling?
Well, it started with the first win. It rose a little bit. Then when we went on the three game skid, it was kind of so, but I thought it was still doing pretty good. I'm talking like 600 views a day. I was thinking that was pretty good until Heineke won that first game, and I seen it bump up like 2,000 to 3,000 views a day. Okay. And I was like, wow. But even when we took that loss against Minnesota, I seen it go back down. But then when we beat Philly, that's Philly, I'm talking 12,000 in one day.
Oh yeah,
So,
because the whole world watched that. Yeah.
yeah. That one, I was checking the numbers throughout the day. Like in one day, I'm telling you, we're talking 72,000 views before Philly, almost 100,000 after Philly.
And it's over 100,000 on YouTube now. That's wild, man. That's that. See, I love that. I love that for y'all, man. And now you
Man,
got to push the YouTube channel to get y'all subscribed because we need y'all monetized now so you can reap the benefits of that video.
No
You know
question.
what I'm saying? So I'm gonna put your channel link and channel name in the description because people definitely got to
Appreciate
step
that.
up to y'all, man. What are y'all plan? Like, if everything works out how you imagine it and envision it right now with the success of the song, what would that be? Would that be reaching a deal or something with the team? What would it be? You want it playing on the local radio station? You want to perform it in the stadium? You want to create like a high budget video at the stadium or something? What do you envision with this?
I envision all of the above. And I say that because the sky's the limit and this train is moving, so let it keep going. Let this train keep going. We trying to monetize to the fullest extent. So when we sit down and we talk, and we haven't really get into the details of what you're asking. We haven't gotten to the deep details, but we're gonna sit down and say we want to do this. Whether it's left hand up shirts, it's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot that we get into. It would be nice for it to be the anthem and us to perform in the stadium, which is a high possibility. We still going through some stuff, talking to the organization. It ain't been 100% finalized, but they definitely got some stuff on the table for it. So we'll see what happens with that. But we wanted to be. It's already been played on radio because with social media, they can touch you. So they reach out to me and say, "Can I?" I'm talking about local DJs, radio DJs will reach out to me and say, "Can you send me your song?" I only want it for one reason in my mind. You want to play it on your radio show. And then people call me and tell me everything. Oh, you was on the radio. I get that. I got that last night at the party. I heard you on the radio today. So that's a good feeling.
Love that, man. Y'all are everywhere right now, man. You know who really puts on for your song? Pat McAfee and them, man.
I'm about to say that before you said it.
But they got to get y'all on the show because, like, him and his producers. First of all, I love his show and I love how unfiltered and funny they are. Every time they bring up the Commanders, they say, "Left hand up, who are we?" And they always.
That's when I knew it was real. When I seen them do it the first time, somebody sent it to me, and I seen that they knew the song. That's when I knew it was real, and that was a shift in the views as well. After that. That was a great shift in the view. So I appreciate him doing that. I absolutely love to be on this show. And it's just by him saying it's a banger and I work out to it and I played it 10 times. When I hear him say that, I say, yes, we on to something. I think what happened is it was so many haters in the beginning that they shared it as a joke. And I knew when I was going down that it was going to get into the eyes of people that like it or love it. And that's what happened. And Pat McAfee, when it came across him, look what happened. That was the beginning of that was the beginning of the boom.
Okay, yeah, hell yeah, and they like I said, they started off like joking about it, but now every time they say the Commanders, they sing it, man. I'm like, oh man, they really got something with this one, man. Yeah. I got to see you out at the stadium performing at the tailgate before the Minnesota Vikings game. How was that, man? Was that something you prepared on your own, or did the team invite you out to do that?
Well, that was us because I thought about people was telling me you need to tailgate, but I actually work on Sunday, so it was hard for me to do it. But I've been thinking that we got to do it because I was looking at social media, how many people was loving. I said, man, we just got to go out there and let them know where we're going to be. People come through, and man, I've been in the entertainment business. I'm celebrating my 25th year as a DJ next year.
That's amazing.
And if you want to speak about me DJing as a hobby, I DJed as a hobby for 10 years. So we're talking 35 years. That day right there was my best day ever in regards to entertainment. That day out there, because it was waves of people coming. Like when your group came, it was a group after y'all that came, and then it was another group, and they was all fired up about the left hand up, and they was taking pictures and people saying, "Oh, I want to please, can I take a picture with you?" And can we take a picture? Oh, I thought I'd never meet. It was so much love out there. That was my best day in entertainment ever.
Man, that was awesome, man. It was awesome. The crowd, like atmosphere, everybody singing the song. I made sure I got some footage from my vlog because I always record the tailgating and stadium experience when I go to the stadium. But that was crazy, man. But you gotta keep this one and milk this one for as long as possible because you gotta let your joint rotate. But do y'all have plans for a remix at some point? Because I'm just saying, you know, the team is affiliated with a couple guys, Pusha T, Wale, Big G. Like, you know, is there gonna be some type of DMV big artists or maybe like some go-go feel into a remix version?
Well, I have to go back to all the above because if any of them reach out to us for something, 9 times out of 10 we're gonna say yes.
Okay.
9 times out of 10 we're gonna say yes, but we definitely, to be honest, I'm going to the studio tomorrow to do something in regards to a remix.
Man, y'all already cooking it up.
I'm already on it, and it's not something that you might hear this year. This is just something we're going to hold and milk this first thing out. I don't want to compete with myself. You know
exactly.
I want this like I say, this train is moving. I don't want to compete with the train like we racing or whatever. But we just going to have it in the cut. We're gonna have it in the cut. I'm going to the studio tomorrow.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about, man. Relish in the moment, man. If you need an extra ear or something to get an opinion on, man, you can throw that joint my way anytime, man.
Hey, man, I'm glad we met, man. I'm glad we met.
Absolutely, man. Good peoples, man. I gotta get Big 57 on the show as well. We're gonna work that out when we get another time to talk or whatever, man. But I appreciate your time, man. I want you to seize this, and I'm gonna do it as best as I can to help all the fans rally behind it because y'all are one of our own, and I put on for other creators, man.
I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Well, I'll just let everybody know that you can always find me on DJ Woody Oh Goody on all on everything. I mean, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and just go on YouTube and subscribe to us. That's the main thing. Going on YouTube, watch the video, subscribe to us. That's the main thing.
Absolutely.
I appreciate all the love from all your listeners, viewers that watch it and love it. I appreciate them. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. And whether you like the song, hate the song, dislike the song, whatever you feel about the song, listen to it because that helps. It keeps the numbers and the metrics going up. And he's one of ours, man. We are all Commanders Nation, man. We bleed burgundy and gold. Until next time, y'all know where to find me. Hail to the Washington Commanders.
Haters can't stand us. Left hand up. Who are we? The Commanders. Thank you, brother.